A big thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Use my link in the description to get 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new terrifyingly tragic, terrible, Terry-licious video. It's been a while, I know, but we are back. Guys, excuse the new setup, the new decor. I know I moved from my kitchen of my new apartment to my studio office room, finally. I'm still working on the background a little bit, just don't mind it. I'm gonna set up some more stuff to go in the background here. Right now it's really like at its most plain. Anyways, bear with me, we got a great story today. So last time when I talked to you guys about my new series called the What If series, where I would write a story based around a prompt that you guys would suggest to me or something that I think would be an interesting topic, I was really surprised that so many of you guys wanted to hear stories like that. So for this first story that I came up with, I didn't want to go too crazy. I didn't want to take any crazy ideas. I just wanted to stick with a simple story that takes place to a teenager. It has to do a lot with her parents, something that you guys can maybe kind of relate to, but maybe have a little bit more of a darker tone than the usual stories I get sent in. So without further ado, let's begin. A quick message from our other channel sponsor, Max, the awesome, fox, glorious, cat-like fox, like kangaroo-like dog. Say hi. Say bye. Elise's parents had always been strict, even stricter than most. In their eyes, they were just trying to protect their daughter. But in Elise's eyes, they were trying to ruin her life. Firstly, they would only let her leave the house to hang out with her friends 2 times a week. And if that wasn't bad enough, they told her not to be on the phone when it was past 8 p.m. And her parents were so protective that they even monitored her internet history on her computer. Okay, well, as you can see, the parents are quite strict, okay? Don't know how many of you guys can relate to this, but I know a lot of parents can be extremely strict, and I wanted to take it to the extreme. All these steps were too difficult for Elise to process, and she was losing herself fast. She even had to keep her boyfriend a secret from her parents, and when his birthday was approaching on the last day of the month, she planned to sneak out to see him. But she'd have to find a good excuse to get past her parents. Luckily for Elise, prom night was also at the end of the month, giving her exactly the cover she needed. Because her parents were so strict, Elise had to be back by 10 p.m., and she was lucky that they would even let her attend an event like prom at all. Her plan was to head out by 5 p.m., meet with her boyfriend Jake, and hang out with him for his birthday. It was the scheme of her life, and not only would she be proud if she pulled it off, but if she did, it would mean she probably could do it again. The thought of having even a bit of a normal life excited her. So here basically we can see a girl that is struggling just to breathe. I don't know how many of you guys have parents that are this strict. Maybe not many of you, hopefully. Has anyone seen the show Rocket Power? Basically, I kind of based the parents off of the one kid with glasses name. Honestly, I forgot his actual name. I just know his code name, which was Squid. Anybody remember him?
Give me that! Yo! Mumble mouth! You gonna race or are you gonna stand there like a dork?
A few weeks passed, and it was soon time for prom night. Remember to call us once you're there, her father said. And be sure to text us every 30 minutes, her mother reminded her as she fixed a hairpin onto Elise's head. And be home by 10. Got it. Don't worry so much. I'll be fine, Elise responded. It seemed for the first time, Elise and her parents finally found a compromise on something. And for the first time, it seemed they weren't fighting. Thanks again for letting me go out, Elise told her parents. If things go well and you're back on time, perhaps your father and I can be a bit more lenient with your schedule, Elise. If you guys would just give me a chance, you'd see that I can be responsible on my own. I'm more than capable, but it starts with you guys trusting me. Perhaps you can start earning our trust after tonight, her father suggested. Now I hope you guys paid attention to this scene here, because it'll come into play later. With her plan set in motion, all Elise had to do was get past her parents, make it look like she was going to prom, and be home by 10 p.m. Easy, right? She said goodbye to her mom and dad and quickly rushed out. Once outside her house, her friends were waiting to pick her up on the street. Elise got into the car and they drove off. Once they got to prom, Elise quickly met up with Jake, who was waiting there for her. Sorry I'm late. Let's get out of here. Elise held Jake's hand and the two of them left the prom. Yeah, I know, they probably could have mingled more at prom, but you know, gotta keep the story flowing. Just a little side note, I only went to prom twice, okay? My 10th grade year and my junior year. I didn't go freshman or senior. Let me know how many years you guys went down below in the comments. Or if you didn't go at all. Later that night, Elise and Jake are now cuddling in his room. His parents were out of town for the weekend. I didn't think we'd go that far, Jake said. Neither did I, said Elise. I just didn't want to waste any time together. I don't get much as it is. I'm happy if you're happy, said Jake. As long as my parents don't find out, I will be. She kissed him. Happy birthday, Jake. Elise then checks the time. Oh my god, it's 9:30. I have to go. They both quickly got dressed and headed out. Once in the car, they were making good time, but on the way home, Jake's car got a flat tire. Ugh, don't you have a spare? Elise asked. I already used it. Gonna have to call a tow truck. We can't wait that long. If I'm not home on time, I'm never gonna get to go out again. Don't worry, I'll call you a taxi. It'll be close, but you'll make it. Elise smiled at her boyfriend, happy to have him. A little bit later, when the taxi arrived, Elise quickly said bye to Jake and got in the cab. I'm in a hurry, she told him. She checked the time again. She had about 20 minutes to get home. Okay, I can do this. Just as Elise thought things were going in her favor, she then realized that she left her wallet in Jake's car. She had no way to pay for the taxi ride. Oh, no, she thought to herself. Everything all right, miss? The driver asked. Yes, just a little car sick. Well, do you want me to slow down? No! Alright, Elise thought to herself. I'm just gonna have to ride and run. I can't have him pull up anywhere near my house. Not only would he know where I live, but if he talks to my parents, they'll definitely find out I was with Jake. Pull over to the next corner, please. Elise then took off her shoes. The driver pulled up to the curb. Alright, that'll be— Hey! Before he could finish, Elise bolted out the door and ran between the two neighboring houses. Get back here, the driver called out. He tried to follow, but Elise knew the neighborhood better than him and knew exactly how to lose him. And she did just that. Later. The whole night had been risky, and she was really cutting it close to time now. But Elise was almost home. She finally showed up on her front porch. Her feet were a little battered and scraped from running, but that's okay. She'd just blame it all on the dancing from prom. She took a deep breath, and just as she reached for the door, shoo! It flung open. Her parents are both standing in the doorway, piercing glares in both their eyes. Hey, I'm home, and with 3 minutes to spare. Her parents didn't say anything. What's wrong with you two? I'm here, aren't I? Her father took something out of his ear, and Elise realized it was an earpiece. He then reached over and put it into Elise's ear. What are you— Oh, honey. Her mother reached for her hairpin and pulled it out. She held the hairpin up to her mouth. We heard everything. Elise can hear her mother's voice, not only standing in front of her, but also through the earpiece. And that is the end of the story. Holy moly! I know, not exactly the happiest ending. Like I said, I wanted to give you guys something a little bit more of a darker tone, a little bit more, on the real side, not all butterflies and sunshine, happy ending. Now, the first thing I want to ask you guys is, can you relate to this? Can you imagine what you would do if you were in this situation? What would you do? What kind of, thought process would you go through if you had to live this kind of life? Because somewhere out there, I imagine someone is doing just that. You know what they say, the worst fears are reality. And speaking of writing stories, if you guys are interested in writing a story for my channel, or just writing and becoming a better writer or a better artist, or just honing your skills in anything, then you can click the link down below in the description and get Skillshare Premium for free. That's right, Skillshare is giving away a free 2 months unlimited access trial to my subscribers who click the link in the description box. And after that, it's only $10 a month. Now, if you guys don't already know what Skillshare is, basically it's an online learning community for creators with more than 30,000 classes in design, business, and more. Now, they have a lot of courses, and some courses that you guys who follow my channel might be interested in are animation, or illustration, or even creative writing. With a premium membership, you get unlimited access so you can join the classes and communities that are just right for you. And whether you want to fuel your curiosity, creativity, or even career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving. For example, this class was great for an introduction on how to tell stories and build characters. And a class like this is great for any illustrators or artists who are looking to advance their color and shape technique. So literally, what are you guys waiting for, okay? Click my link down below in the description right now, feed Max for the month, and get your free 2 months trial of Skillshare Premium and start learning today. Max commands it. Click the link. Thank you. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like, hit that sub button if you're new, and if you want me to do another what if story or based around a certain prompt, please let me know down below in the comments. What would you like me to write a story about? Leave it with the hashtag what if and then write the prompt or something like that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you in the next video. Good night.